Hey everybody, Raul here for Bass Musician Magazine, and today we have the extraordinary honor and pleasure of chatting with Adam Sullivan. Yay! Now you've probably seen Adam playing bass for by the thousands, and we're definitely going to want to talk a little bit about that, but as always, we like to go to the past. How did you get started in music and particularly on bass?
Sure, of course, yeah. I think I got my first bass when I was in 7th grade. I would hang out with my cousin and one of my best friends all the time, and my cousin was a drummer, my friend was a guitar player, so they started jamming and didn't know any bass players, so I decided to pick one up and try to learn. Yeah, we would get together and just learn covers and jam, like Metallica, Pantera, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, eventually just got into taking private lessons and, did that weekly all throughout high school. So I took lessons for a while, joined like my high school jazz band and symphonic band, picked up upright bass doing that, and then eventually went to college for music. I studied bass performance there, and just fell in love with it immediately.
Nice. Well, and with the music that you're playing with by the thousands, I know a lot of times they try to find a niche to categorize, and so it kind of falls within technical metal, some really hard rock kind of stuff. When I listen to that music, very different than kind of your background. How did the group get together, and how did you guys end up playing this kind of music?
Yeah, so I guess what got me into metal was, bands such as like Pantera, Metallica, Megadeth. First metal show I ever went to was Lamb of God, and that was something, that experience just like made me really want to, be up on the stage playing shows, just seeing that energy, So by the time I went to college for music, I kind of was out of the metal area for a little bit. I was exploring different genres and just opening up to different things, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I was in some ensemble performing in like the cafeteria at the college. And one of my guitar players now and by the thousands saw me up there, saw I was a fellow long-haired individual, and asked if I wanted to play in a metal band that he was in. So I did that, and that band kind of fizzled out, and we had newer material we were still working on, and met John, our other guitar player at McNally. That's the college I went to, and we just started writing new music and started by the thousands at that point. Yeah, then we just going to metal shows all the time, local shows, and meeting more people, and just forming a band that way, and just keeping it going.
Nice. So kind of a snowball effect there. Now, with all of the shows and things, music that you were listening to, where do you find your inspiration bass-wise? Who do you like turn to and go, wow, that's who inspires me?
Sure, yeah. Well, I don't know. I guess through a lot of studying bass and music, my teachers that I've had throughout the years definitely were a strong influence. Like my first bass teacher gave me my first Iron Maiden album.
Oh, wow!
Introduced me to like the Gallup finger style, and that I still use in by the thousands. I guess like playing with 3 fingers, instead of just the 2, and just going to see live metal, seeing what different techniques bass players use and what works and sounds good.
Well, and interesting as you mentioned, how are you getting your sound instrument-wise? Again, you're kind of in this unique niche, and if I recall correctly, I've seen headless fanfret Kiesel. Tom, tell us a little bit about that.
So I have a Kiesel Zeus bass. I play a 6-string, and I really enjoy it. I play that for our songs that we have in drop E, so it can get the lower tunings. And I also play a Kiesel Icon bass. I use that for our drop A tuning material. and yeah, it just has a really nice sound to it. It's really comfortable to play, and yeah, I typically live I play with my fingers, and I think a lot of tone I get from that is just really digging in pretty hard. I think I might have picked that up from playing upright bass. You know, when I was in high school, we played that, but we didn't have any amplification for it for some reason. So I would just have to really dig in super hard. I think that kind of stuck with me, and I think that gives it a little more of like an aggressive tone to it.
Nice. And amplification wise, do you have any particular preference? Because again, in your sound chain, you're heading out from the bass.
So I just use an XFX2 for all my tone.
Okay.
And just go through my Mesa 2x15 amp that I've had probably since like freshman year of high school. Just had it forever and still use it. So
wow.
Yeah.
And it's still working for you. Great.
Yeah, it's still going.
And do you have a preference in strings, or are there any other elements to your sound?
Strings, I honestly just get whatever they have at Guitar Center, the 6-string pack that they have. Nothing too particular about that. Just like to make sure I change them frequently.
Gotcha.
A lot of tone there, gets lost.
Nice. It helps keep them bright. There you go.
Exactly.
And so you guys have been together for over a decade now, but as we look forward, what plans do you have for the future? What's in the works?
Yeah, so we just recently put out an EP and did a supporting tour for that. So now that phase is kind of towards the end now, yeah, we're just working on new material. We have a few shows coming up this summer. No tours on the books quite yet, but just really trying to get another good batch of music for our next release and try to get that out as soon as we can and just keep it going.
Nice. Keep the momentum rolling. And if anybody wants to know where you're up to, where's the best place for them to look?
Best place would just be our Instagram, By the Thousands, Facebook. We don't have a website, but and just check out the YouTube channel. We got music videos and live performances and stuff like that on there.
Nice. Well, and lastly, as technical metal is, I'm going to say, probably a more relatively vein of music, and a lot of young musicians might look at it and be inspired. What advice would you have for somebody who wants to kind of follow in your footsteps and play this kind of music?
I would definitely say go watch it live. That will inspire you for sure, because hearing it is impressive, but watching musicians perform that kind of stuff is another level of mind-blowing stuff. And yeah, just practicing a lot, learning scales and getting your fingers up to speed, and also training your ear to hear certain rhythms and odd time signatures and stuff like that. Definitely.
Excellent, Adam. Well, we appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule. We're looking forward to see what new things come from By the Thousands. Folks, you've seen him here on Bass Musician Magazine, Adam Sullivan.
All right. Thank you so much for having me on.
My pleasure.